So guys, earlier in the previous video I showed you all generations of the Porsche 911. Now here we look at the latest 992 911. Okay, so launched in Malaysia today. The 992 is available currently in two variants. That's the Carrera 2S rear-wheel drive, priced at 1.15 million ringgit, and this is the Carrera 4S all-wheel drive, priced at 1.22 million ringgit. Both of them powered by a twin turbocharged flat 6 engine, making 450 horsepower, 530 newton meters of torque. Of course, sitting at the back in classic 911 configuration. All right, so one of the styling cues that I want to highlight is now, for the first time for a water-cooled Porsche 911, the headlight is now fully enclosed again within the fender panel. So previously, from the 993 onwards, sorry, the 996 onwards, the fender panel, all right, and the bumper both meet to to enclose the headlights. Okay, whereas with all the previous air-cooled Porsches, the headlamp is fully enclosed within the fender panel. So now with the 992, they have gone back to this design, this rather not as cheap to manufacture design cue. So of course they have also sharpened the bonnet, this corner edge of the bonnet, all right, that harks back to what also earlier design themes with previous generation 911s. So you can see right here, right, with this new 911, they have paid tribute to the predecessors with a couple of with some noteworthy design touches. And also over at the back, okay, right on top of the engine, it's of course this panel here, it's still not as protruding as some of those ducktails that we see with the old air-cooled generations, but they've given these grills a lot more prominence. And you can see here with the third brake light is integrated within the grille assembly. So this really it reminds us of race car third brake lights. Okay, and they've also combined the taillight units again, once again paying tribute back to the old air-cooled generation 911s. Okay, so let's turn around here, and this time, okay, for this generation as standard, the Carrera versions also get the wider rear body, which was previously an exclusive touch for the upper variants, okay, like the turbos and all. So we look inside the cabin there. So we start off with the door card here. Nice two-layer design here. These are actually, now you know what I always talk about with when I talk about door card and interior coloring, right? So here, right, in the 911, this part and this part seem to be made of the same material, but they have chosen to give it a contrast, which I rather like. Then it gives the door card as well as the interior in general a bit more flair in the look. So as you can see, this is a left-hand drive unit, and that means that Porsche has gotten this car into our market really early on for us to have a look in this car. All right, the right-hand drive units are not currently available for display yet, so they are showing us this left-hand drive first lah. So it's very early on. The 992 has just only been launched not too long ago, so the right-hand drive cars are probably on their way here, not ready yet. Okay. And yeah, so you see this car has Burmester sound system, and check out the rear, check out the aircon vents. This is also a throwback to old school Porsche 911 design. The front aircon vents mounted low, almost just on top of the center console. Here is the gear lever that links to an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. It's an electronic shifter, but from afar just now I thought this was the key fob that was being plopped inside there. Okay, but still, the selection of materials absolutely stunning. I particularly like this panel that sort of like frames the dashboard, and you can see here this this surface has texture. From afar it looks almost like a speaker, but it's not. It's just a nice beautifully textured surface. This is leather on top here. This is also nice soft plastic. I think leather, it's leather, yeah. Okay, glove box here, and very this center panel here is rather clean. In recent Porsches, right, this center panel is just an overload of buttons, but they have cleaned it up. So, and also as usual with Porsche, they have put in very nice selection of materials. So this is very nice, very neat. I like this design, and so here it's just a large cup tray here, but practicality is also still the design very nice. So here you can see here also this textured surface, same textured surface as per the top here. Okay, and that's infotainment screen there, and the instrument cluster. There is a analog tachometer flanked by another pair of digital screens. So here is the center console box, storage tray underneath there. So all these switches here, excellent quality. Now let me step outside. So a highlight of the new 911's system, all right, it has it has a software called wet mode, okay, which basically optimizes the car's stability control system to deal with wet weather, and that I think is a nice touch. So what they have done is a very simple and elegant solution. They have put a splash sensor somewhere here, deep here inside the wheel arch, so it detects water splashing on a rainy day, and it will prompt you. The car will actually prompt you to set the driving mode to wet mode. Okay, and yeah, and the car's stability control system will optimize itself to deal with the reduced traction of wet weather. And let's examine the headlights up close. So now, as you know, Porsche has this trademark 4-eye daytime running light illumination signature, which is very outstanding, very easy to recognize from afar. And this taillight, I like that, you know, the interior details, the inside details of this taillight is actually very simple, but everything inside there just looks well polished, looks upmarket, very clearly emblazoned there. Porsche LED matrix system, X-Sight, so this is a very high grade taillight. And these elements here, check out these elements. It's a very nice touch here. So it's a simple, okay, it's a very simple design, but it looks convincingly upmarket. Oh, and check out the door handles. Now, very unusually, okay, it is a lift type door handle, but this is not a cheap linear lift type door handle lah. So you can see here, this is the indentation for the keyless entry system, and what I believe is that, so this is flush, okay, it is flush. I believe when the car is locked, this thing goes inside, stays flush with the door panel, and when you unlock it, this thing comes out, so you pull to open the door. Okay, it feels the tactile feel of this, right? It feels electrically actuated, not mechanical. So you can see here, as our friend is busy recording there, I am going to show you the switches, okay, of the. Okay. So you can see there the screens are active, okay, flanking the analog tachometer. So Porsche still has that. It still recognizes the tachometer as the most important dial for enthusiasts. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. So this is a retractable spoiler. And so here we are, guys. This is the new all new generation Porsche 911, the 992. Okay. Yeah. So we're now officially launched in Malaysia, priced from 1.15 million ringgit onwards for the Carrera 2S. Okay, so there we are, all the past generation models of the Porsche 911, which you can check out on a separate video. Cheers, guys.